Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to D and Z TV, the place where we give you up to date information of everything happening in the palace of the Ooni of Ife and the entertainment industry at large. Right about now, we are actually shifting attention to the National Assembly as today, Senator Natasha Akpoti Udwa of Kogi State has actually been she has actually been suspended from National Assembly for 6 months without benefits. Yes, it is actually very painful and it's actually very unprofessional. It's actually very out of place. But to add to it right now, it didn't end there. It did not end there. As of the time of this press release, as of the time of this press release, Naomi has actually made plans to see that she goes to she goes and join forces with Natasha to tell them this injustice cannot be sustained. Yes, that is the landmark of what they are trying to do. The injustice cannot and will not be sustained. Now, what is actually very empirical right now is that the Ooni of Ife has actually called Naomi to order, saying, Naomi, do not have a hand in that matter. Yes, do not have a hand in that matter because that matter is beyond what you're seeing. What you're seeing there is actually beyond Natasha. Now, the Oni is saying this because a lot of people are beginning to call him to order. In fact, the Oni even got a call from the presidency saying, CEO, there is actually a very serious matter at hand that your wife is beginning to get involved. And you know that when Naomi gets involved now, the matter is going to take a different dimension and a different level. So if this matter now takes a different dimension and a different level, at the end of the day, people will not really have an understanding or exactly what to do and what to say. It is actually a very, very interesting times because whether you like it or yes, this is a very serious issue and it's a very national issue. It is a very serious and national issue because we should look at the issue of sexual harassment first. There is no point now leaving the main issue at hand and going to say, okay, that the Natasha was not supposed to sign the Natasha was not supposed to sign the petition herself. Someone else was supposed to sign the petition. That's what the constitution says. Bidi, 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 bidi. But are they really putting into cognizance that if tomorrow, if somebody like the Senate president can actually intimidate a fellow senator, is it a normal person now that is going to have this kind of issues tomorrow that will be given attention? Who is going to listen to any other person? Do we even take a look at some of these issues before we now allow them take place or happen the way they happen? It does not work that way. The truth about the matter is that we should allow people to do the best they can do for the society, especially now that it's like we are in a democratic dispensation. How can you be in a democratic dispensation that is actually not democratic? Because it is really painful, it is really out of place that somebody like a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will bring a petition and submit in the National Assembly, and the senators will now say that, you know what, this thing, they throw it away, that she was supposed to sign it herself. Is that what is supposed to be attainable? Or they are supposed to suspend the Senate president pending when investigation will be done. And when the investigation is done and found out that she lied, then they can now take the heat by doing what they need to do. But right now, they just were able to achieve now is just to shut up the woman. Not just the woman alone. This woman represents women. Now, there's been a lot of discussions and inclusion of including women in having more seats for women. Da, 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 da. But when it's time for election, they will look for the women. But now that it's time for women having issues, they're abandoning them. Now, the case at hand right now is that Naomi has made up her mind that she wants to join forces and see that this matter is given attention. But what is scaring us right now is that Oni does not want her to have any hand in it at all. Why would the Oni now decide to ask the wife not to be part of a national issue or national assignment? Because the Oni does not want people to now begin to come and look at him as if somebody that is getting political. Because whether we like it or yes, the Oni seat is not supposed to be a political one. But in Nigeria, it doesn't work that way. Oni is definitely going to take sides. Yes, he's going to take sides with the government of the day. And now, if he's taking side with the government of the day, then which means logically his wife and every member of his family have to toe the line of where he's going to. Because if he does not toe the same line, other people now should not try to toe the same line. They will in turn now decide to do things differently as they are supposed to be doing. Now, Naomi has come out openly to say, I want to fight this cause. This injustice cannot be sustained. Because whether we like it or not, tomorrow, Naomi is going to have a girl child. She's going to have a daughter tomorrow. Now, will she be happy if they treat the daughter like this? Has Senator Akpabio been able to think and say, okay, if he has 4 beautiful daughters, which he said he has 4 beautiful daughters, and he was properly trained by his mother. Now, is it possible that tomorrow, Akpabio, as a matter of fact, might, if the child or daughter now runs into a problem, will he now say because the writing was not done, so justice should not be granted to the daughter? So I think it's high time we begin to carry these women along properly the way we wish to carry them. We shouldn't do things because we feel since they are women, they don't have the capacity, since they are women, they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the strength, and we can neglect, we should not neglect some of their mistakes. The issue at hand is there was sexual harassment. So why don't we focus on the sexual harassment case? Now, Oni is trying to stop Naomi from getting involved because Oni knows that if he gets involved, a lot of can of worms will be opened. And when all these kind of worms open, a lot of things will go amiss. So, and when all these things now go amiss, what will happen? People will begin to run helter-skelter, heads will roll. And I'm sure that Oni will not want to be in the bad books of Senator Akpabio, because as we all know, Senator Akpabio is the most dangerous senator we have in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's powerful, 8-time. He started at he's an 8-time, 2-term governor of Akwa State, one of the richest oil states. Became a minister of Niger Delta, and now I think it was the time he was even NDDC board, and now Senate president. Now, what else can somebody like this not have? But all the same, Oni has spoken. And if the Oni has spoken, the best every other person can do is to listen, because he has spoken and this is his family. And family comes first before every other thing. But I think the women need to have a voice. The women need to have a front and see to it that peace reigns in the family of the Ooni of Ife and also in the palace. Thank you and see you some other time. Bye bye.